What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Brokepreneur. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm building my online store for Crazy Comics, and for the first time in a lot, and I've never done this before, I'm taking photos of my art. So I do a lot of wood art, and I've always traveled with it, but I've never actually put it online. So right now, using my Lumix camera to take photos of them, to be able to transfer them onto my PC and upload it to the e-store that I'm working on. And I use Affinity Photo, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes, to edit everything and prepare it for the web. So basically all I did was take two foam boards as my backdrops, white, and I used my podcasting lights to create the lighting, to get the lighting effect. So then what I do is once I upload it, I transfer it from my memory card onto my PC, my Apple, my Mac. I start adjusting it. So what you see me doing now is creating a folder to store all of my image into one folder and to label them. So I'm using Affinity Photo. I don't have Photoshop. I used to have Photoshop. I actually have Photoshop on my older iMac, which is in the basement. But because the iOS keeps upgrading, I don't have the capital to keep trying to reinvest in the software. So I use the same font and the same coloring style, but I just relabel them and name them. And I export them as PNG because transparent background. So when it's uploaded to the website, all you're seeing is the image and the text. So what I do is I just, I highlight everything. I use the wand tool, and I erase the background. I get rid of the background. And so I enhance the color of the, I just adjust the lighting on the wood. So you'll see the green come through when I upload it. So there's the wide angle of me just working. So I work off of my Mac, but I also have the bigger screen to be able to see and then just transfer images from one screen to the next. And this is Poo Poo, the diabolical egomaniac overlord nemesis Poo Poo. And I did this piece here with markers. And so one of the things, I'm focusing on is just to trying to really expand my brand as a creative, as an artist, and start extending my work online to make it available for those who don't go to Comic Cons, because I sell a few of them at every con, and so I wanted to work on my store, and that's what I'm doing here. So basically, this is redundant. It's just a lengthy process. The back end process is what takes a lot of time. And this is the Pokemon characters that I did, and that is with markers as well, but on canvas. And that's about 9x7, I believe. And the same thing. The more artwork that you have that you want to sell online, the more tedious it becomes to be scan it, adjust it, get it ready for the web, convert it, upload it. So I have about 20 something, a little over 20 pieces of original art that I have to upload, and that's what I'm doing here. So the tools I'm using is just basically the wand tool, the eraser tool, the crop tool, and then what I do is I'll save that as a template. So right now I'm going on to my website. I use Wix for my site, and this is basically what it looks like. And this is my store so far. So prior to now, everything was all ebooks. You were able to order my books, but as PDFs. Now you can get my books and my artwork, the physical copies. So several things. The reason why I like using Wix is because it provides all the tools necessary that I need to be able to sell my stuff. You can add your tax rate by your state, or you can have the software that automatically populates the tax. You can also, it connects it to USPS. So if you put the weight that you know for your package, USPS already calculates what that item's going to be. And the more you add to your package, to your shopping cart, the more that it'll calculate the weight. So it does all the math for you on the back end, which is great. So right now what I'm doing is just giving it the sales price, giving it a summary so that they know what the description is, letting them know what the product is, which is wood, wood art, putting the weight of the item, and you have to do it for every single one. And one of the things that I recommend is creating a folder within Wix. So I have a folder for every comic book title. I have a folder for original art, for commission art. So this way it's easy to pull from. So again, same thing here. I got distracted because I was looking at my phone. But you add the title, you add the taxes applied. So you got to make sure that that's in there so people know that they're going to be charged tax. And you add your summary, your refund policy, the weight, and you have to do it for every single one. And then when you're done, then you got to add it to a category. So I created a category for original art, so that way you have your buckets. So I have like physical comics, electronic comics, ebooks. I have original art, and they're all in their separate rows, but then it all populates into one big store. So you have the full catalog at the bottom of your screen, but then you also have it broken, making it easier for the consumer when they're shopping on your website. And again, so it becomes redundant and tedious. So what I do is I'll dedicate 1 day a week to doing all of this administrative stuff, and this is what I call administrative stuff. And so I uploaded 7 images out of the 20 something, because between taking the photos, setting up the studio to take the photos, transferring the photos, editing the photos, doing the stuff I did on the back end, and uploading it to Wix, and then doing all this took several hours. I think it was about 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm not sure. It was a full day. And then tags. So you got to make sure that every image that you have in your database has tags, so it's searchable on Google, and that's important. Especially if you're using things like AdSense or whatever, you want people to be able to find your stuff. And so every tag has Crazy Comics on it. Every tag has my name on it. But then there's specific to its category. Whether if it's wood art, I'll put wood art. If the art is anime characters, I'll do that and I'll put the name of the character. If it's my own characters, I'll put the name of the characters. So you want to make sure that you try to make it as easy as possible for the search engines to be able to find you. And then this is just me making sure that I'm adding Puerto Rico to this, because I had a client wanting to purchase my stuff, but he wasn't allowing him because he was in Puerto Rico. So while it says United States, you still have to add Puerto Rico as another category. So I was doing that, and then it gives you a lot of functions. So what you see me doing here is just researching all of the functions and the options that it provides. Like you can connect your store to Amazon. You can do a whole lot of things, and that's what I'm doing here. Just figuring out all of the nooks and crannies, because Wix is extremely powerful tool and allows you to do a lot. So it just takes time, and it requires a lot of time. So make sure you label and you categorize everything, and you upload, and then I refresh it, and then I check it. So, and this is basically what I'm doing, is I'm just checking it. It's quality control, making sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to.